Good day, brothers and sisters, and right away click the subscribe button and like so I don't have to mention it again. It's annoying, I know. But straight to the point, we did this predictive programming video a few weeks ago, and that was extremely interesting and popular, and people asked for more videos like this. And today we're doing a blueprint of things that have been told and foreseen by Walt Disney, nevertheless. That guy was right on top of his game in 1943. Chicken Little. Glenn, have you ever heard of Chicken Little, the original one? I know there's Chicken Little that came out a few years back, but the 1943 Chicken Little.
No, believe it or not, the G-Man wasn't even around back then, but I heard some little things about it, and we'll see, we'll learn.
Did you ever read the George Orwell's Animal Farm? It's sort of allegory for humanity in some way. And it was making fun of society of that day in 1943 specifically.
I don't know, but here you have all these birds looking to try and imitate human beings. But then when you look at Trudeau on the world stage, you say that's a human being that should be called a bird.
Straight to the point. So yes, and it's sort of, I don't know if that's part of predictive programming or it's straight up a blueprint of things that to come and things that are happening right now. And it was basically describing how to set hysteria and how to control populations through misinformation and misguidance and fear mongering and other methods of control, which we always talk about here on the show. But it's an interesting cartoon, and basically he, I don't know who wrote this originally, but the story revolves around this bird.
Yo-yo champ. A little shy on brains, but a good egg as chickens go.
Young Trudeau.
As our story continues,
looks like an old Trudeau,
we
actually.
find all our fine-feathered friends happy and contented. And why not? Didn't they have a big, strong fence protecting them? But wait a minute. What's this? Aha! It's Foxy Loxy, the poultry fancier. Looks like he's taken an interest in our little community. A culinary interest. So why doesn't he...
So that's the globalist, Glenn, isn't it?
Yeah, George Soros with shiny teeth.
Well, it's an interesting allegory, right? Because here it's a fox in relation to the chicken coop, the chickens and the geese and the ducks and all that. I always say that I don't know if the powers to be, like George Soros of the world, or the Bilderbergers and Rothschilds or Rockefeller, whoever they are they even human? Are they even same species? Like in this cartoon, are they trying to tell us something? Because clearly they are predatory and they don't really care. We are food to them. We're dispendable. We're disposable. We're just a resource.
All wars are banker wars. Rich old men start the wars. Poor young men fight them. The middle class lose, pay for everything, and the rich get richer. That's why it's in their interest to keep this perpetual warm game playing.
And look, let's keep watching this.
Unquote.
Hold on. I think this is important.
Quote. If you tell him a lie, don't tell a little one. Tell a big one. Unquote.
That's pretty accurate, isn't it? Like if you're gonna go out of your way to mislead people, go all the way.
CNN is a cartoon. That's why they call it the Cartoon News Network.
Oh, brothers and sisters, we're not promoting smoking here. That's cloud sitting.
And chemtrails. Should be a tax on that.
This is the voice of doom speaking. Special bulletin. Flash. The sky is falling. A piece of it just hit you on the head. Now be calm. Don't get panicky. Run for your life!
Fear-mongering. saw the last couple of years they were really powerful at doing that.
Isn't it true though? Like, how did it all start? Do you remember in the last few years how did the actual fear mongering started? Do you remember?
Yeah, this pandemic is going worldwide, and you have to protect yourself, and you can die so easily.
I'm just going to remind you. Hold on.
From the misinformation. And we want to make sure that everyone understands that no one's safe till everyone's safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe. No one is safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody's safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody is safe.
This is a post 9/11 axiom. Safer, but not yet safe.
No one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe. No one is safe from
Safe
COVID-19 until
spaces.
everyone is safe.
If the whole world isn't safe, none of us are safe.
No one is safe.
No one is safe.
Nobody is safe.
Until we're all safe.
Health experts have been saying nobody is safe.
Nobody is safe until everybody is safe.
Nobody is safe. The science is clear.
None of us are safe.
There is no safety.
No one is safe.
No one is safe. No one is safe.
No one is safe until everyone is safe.
No one's safe.
Nobody is
Zelensky.
safe. Nobody's safe.
Gone.
We'll never be safe
Until we're all safe.
We are never going to be safe.
99.5% of people are safe and will survive COVID-19.
Yeah, and that's the guy when we played his a video last time, and with Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates. That's when we got into YouTube jail.
Yeah, you're just playing existing videos, and they put you in the can for that.
But they telling you no one is safe, including our show.
You need to get vaccinated, and if you don't, you are going to die.
I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones, but you know there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know who they are.
The unvaccinated
She used God in that
My
one.
message to unvaccinated Americans is this.
If you are the unvaccinated, you are
But the God told you have a free will.
Condemn them, shame them, blame them. The only people that you can
Feel like a cat?
unvaccinated.
I got 9 lives.
Must be unvaccinated.
They should not be part of polite society.
Lunatics who won't take COVID vaccines walking around lawfully unvaccinated? That's psychotic.
If you're willing to walk among us
Gene Simmons.
unvaccinated, you are an enemy.
Doesn't look well.
You don't have the right to contaminate someone else.
You can't go
That's a
around pointing a
scientist.
gun in somebody's face, which is what it is when people are unvaccinated.
They are all idiots and losers.
This is a real
Yeah,
movement in this
speaking-
country against the unvaccinated.
Jennifer Aniston is cutting non-vaccinated people out of her life.
She
All
looked like
two
a
of
man.
them.
She looked like a man out of that
Those who
one.
refuse to be vaccinated
All 2 of them.
should be denied health care.
Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy, rest in peace, Wheezy.
Some
That's pretty
doctors
evil.
are saying they'll refuse treatment for people who choose not to get the shot.
Why are hospital and ICU resources going to them?
Morons who will not get the shot.
The unvaccinated clowns.
Idiots who think that they can do their own research.
Don't do any of your own research.
Doing your own research is associated with conspiracy theory circles.
This go-it-alone approach, doing your own research, that can have
Gone.
serious consequences.
You should
Yeah,
get
a lot of those
prison time
people
for
are
even
history now.
questioning-
They're all fired. They're all going down. Even the World Health Organization came out the other day and said that it's announced that the virus did not require an emergency response. You know, these are the same people that said that the vax is safe, masks work, and lockdowns are necessary. Now they're saying, oh no, it's just a virulent flu.
You don't.
Maybe you've told yourself you're playing it safe. You just want to wait and see since this is a new vaccine. No.
Grow the up and get the vaccine.
Unvaccinated people spread the
Get
virus.
the vaccine, you don't.
Uh-oh. Science changes, Glenn. Science changes.
All there is to it.
There's no excuse.
No excuse for being unvaccinated.
Like the weather.
Rational and no emotional argument that adds up against getting your damn shot. There just isn't.
But you made a conscious decision not to get the vaccine.
I also have natural immunity. So for me, personally, this vaccine poses a greater risk than a benefit. I'm also not a risk to any of you. Let's look at the science.
So we see that the natural infection is given greater protection or slightly greater protection than vaccination.
This is a vaccine that was created to prevent severity of disease and to prevent hospitalizations. But the vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID and does not prevent you from transmitting
Oh my
COVID.
goodness.
Reality, and we have seen
that's
that.
not so. Come on.
No,
You've been at Fox TV
you
too
don't have
long.
to enjoy.
Which one looked healthier to you?
Misinformation.
He's Canadian, dude. You proud?
Mr. Dress Up.
Anyway, this is the hysteria that you saw in the chicken coop when the fox came in and started spreading the lies about many different things and fear mongering. And now we're aware. Like there was a news just recently that came out. I actually read it yesterday that now Australia admits that it colluded with the tech companies to suppress alternative information, other than whatever they're peddling. And I remember Arden came out and said, "Trust us, we are the source of the news. If it's not coming from the government, it's probably fake news."
It's strange that all those so-called self-absorbed narcissist sources are, a lot of them don't have a job anymore. They've stepped down. I mean, this was only over the last 3 years, and exponentially, and a lot of those people that we just saw, you won't be hearing much from them anymore. They've been replaced.
Well, are they being replaced intentionally, or they were always, what do they call it? Cannon fodder. Like they were the collateral damage. But they like those useful idiots, like this Chicken Little in this cartoon. The useful idiots. You just make them feel important for a second, and that's you can use them to your benefit, however you want to. And this is what happens. And it just took a little sly fox to spread some news. But it's a comedy. Like if we don't take this laughing through this, then we're going to cry for this. And I don't want to cry for this because they're not going to get to us. So the fox, what is he reading?
Leaders, unquote. Well, I suppose
what was the fox talking about?
Wise guy, huh? I'll fix him. Now let's see now. Here we are. Quote. Undermine the faith of the masses and their leaders, unquote.
Well, I suppose Cocky Locky knows what he's talking about. Well, yes. He ought to know.
But listen, girls. Suppose he's wrong. He's only human, you know. And if he should happen to be wrong, we'd all be killed.
Sid the Doubt, right?
Yeah, it looked like big government there.
Yeah.
Cocky Locky shows definite totalitarian tendencies. He's trying to dictate to us. We can judge for ourselves whether the sky is falling or not. Say, fellas, I hear old Cocky Locky's been hitting a match lately. Yeah, he's full of corn. His brain is pickled.
Uh-oh, there it goes. The whispering campaign.
So what he is describing here, what is being described here is extremism, right? Like in domestic terrorism. If you hold a different opinion, now you can use it against your brothers and sisters, right? You the wrong, Glenn. And I have a theory. That everybody, all the groups, secretly, would it be left, right, transgender, middle, Black Lives Matter, doesn't matter. All the groups secretly wishing for Putin to unleash the nuclear power, for the skies to fall down via, I don't know, asteroids, global warming happening and the water swiping the population, or some kind of cataclysm, because everybody secretly wishes when this is all over and we need to rebuild, we'll rebuild it in our way, right? So this approach, brothers and sisters, is wrong because you're looking to do this through distraction, and only being that is promised to do so was God, with flood first, and then maybe there was multiple floods, and I don't know if it's allegorical, and I believe there was, but second was fire. Maybe that would be some kind of nuclear weapons or something, Glenn. I don't know. But this whole tool about divide and conquer through extremism, John CLEESE. Remember John CLEESE? Well, he's still around, and we have another short that we're going to do about him. But let's watch what he had to say about extremism. Just a second.
Extremism recently, a nastier, harsher atmosphere everywhere, more abuse and bother boy behavior, less friendliness and tolerance and respect for opponents. All right, but what we never hear about extremism is its advantages. Well, the biggest...
Of course, he's being facetious, ladies and gentlemen. And the thing is with extremism right now, if you have an opinion that is different from a legacy from the mainstream, Glenn, you the extremist. But the word for extremist now is domestic terrorist. Like I believe that you consider to be domestic terrorist by some people with your high opinions.
Or I would tone that down to, let's say, a conspiracy theorist.
Enemies of yours are such very bad persons. And that if it wasn't for them, you'd actually be good-natured and courteous and rational all the time. So, if you want to feel good, become an extremist. Okay, now you have a choice. If you join the hard left, they'll give you their list of authorized enemies. Almost all kinds of authority, especially the police, the city, Americans, judges, multinational corporations, public schools, furriers, newspaper owners, fox hunters, generals, class traitors, and, of course, moderates. Or, if you'd rather be an extremist on the hard right, no problem, fine, you still get a lovely list of enemies, only they're different ones. Noisy minority groups, unions, Russia, weirdos, demonstrators,
Nothing
welfare
changes,
sponges, meddlesome clergy,
Controlled opposition.
peaceniks, the BBC,
Always has been,
strikers,
always will
social
be.
workers, communists, and, of course, moderates. And upstart actors. Now, once you're armed with one of these super lists of enemies, you can be as nasty as you like and yet feel your behaviors morally justified. So you can strut around abusing people and telling them you could eat them for breakfast and still think of yourself as a champion of the truth, a fighter for the greater good, and not the rather sad paranoid schizoid that you really are.
Yeah, that's like a 40-year-old video, Glenn, and it's so valid now to this day. Like the history is rewritten many times, but it always repeats itself.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job of the side of the telling about that whole video we just watched about Chicken Little. You know, watching that, they could have used switched a few names around. You could have called that Little Fauci.
Well, the video is not over yet. So what happens is the Fox is going, spreads the gossip and aligns people against each other. And now people are bickering. And so discontent grows. It's divide and conquer. So instead of focusing on what really is at hand and what really is at play here, a foul play here, people focusing on divide. And my friend Nick, not so long ago, said, well, you know, we put in this position recently with this whole even like vaxxed and versus unvaxxed people. They still are brothers and sisters. You know, whichever position you take, whatever life choice you've made, we still got to accept each other and find a way to get along, to find a way to live together.
You said it, champ. One thing you just said is very, very important. Your choice. Okay? You should choose whether you deem that safe for yourself or necessary. This government or certain agencies that are not even, they're just spokesmodels for the government, Center for Disease Control, World Health Organization. We didn't vote for them, yet they told our government what to implement against the people or else. So through them, our freedoms and our rights were being taken away. This is the wrong thing.
So the Fox and cartoon is the globalist organizations.
Yeah. Yeah,
and the chicken is Trudeau. Chicken Little is Trudeau. No, but it's look, watch this for a second. You're laughing, but it's true. Look,
I'm laughing at the
What
truth.
do we do? Oh, chicken, listen, you've got to help.
Oh, Trudeau, help us!
Run to the cave.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, that's it, to the cave!
To the cave!
Out the gate! Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Yeah, see the globalist pointing to the masses. He said, "We are saviors."
The herd just herds itself towards there. You know, create a big rush to the cliff or the cave. I got you cornered now. You're done. Feast on the middle class.
Don't worry, folks. This all turns out all right.
No, it's not.
Delicious.
Hey, wait a minute. This isn't right. That's not the way it ends in my book.
Oh, yeah? Don't believe everything you read, brother.
Then Foxy Loxy dies of a heart attack because he ate too much.
But that, brothers and sisters, that brings back to discernment. You know, discern. Like there's plenty of information out there on what to do and what not to do in terms of your personal choices. But at the end of the day, they are your personal choices. Don't have somebody tell you what choice you should make. Research, do your own research, but again, what information source do you rely on to do your own research? I'll say choose many. Choose as many as you can. Glenn, what do you recommend?
Yeah, obviously with all the different, the mainstream medias and then alternative medias and different points of view, everything seems to be coming out from all angles. It's almost like a giant, I should use the word fustercluck of a position that we're in. Well, sometimes I get my merds mixed up, brother. It happens when you get a little older. What's your name again? But no, so that's the position that we're in. So it's even more important for the individual to do that word that we say all the time is discern. And to discern, it's like a muscle. You got to keep working it to get better at it.
You said it, Glenn. Keep working your muscles. Go to the gym. Eat right, read your Bible, watch Alex S. show. This is where you get some of the discernment lessons. And we'll see you on the next one, brothers and sisters.